gonna have any fight this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fight.
And welcome to the Friday edition of the Cage Match. We're only a half hour late, but it takes a long time to put these. It takes a long time to put these episodes together the way we do it. Originality is what we try to strive for, and we don't. Well, 90% of the time we don't do that copy BS. We put the work in for these shows. Anyways, Asylum, how are you doing? End of the week, getting ready for another playoff playoff game, going into the playoffs, or trying to bid for the playoffs.
Every game for us right now is a playoff game. We have to play it like it's a playoff because, it's one or done. One or done. If we lose, we don't have no chance. And all we care about is having that chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's always that chance.
There's always that chance. And we find ourselves in almost that same position 2 years ago where we were, how would you say?
We got in 2 years ago, though.
Yeah, we were hopefuls. We were that almost that Cinderella season, like 1980. With Jim Plunkett, Tom Flores, all those. Hey, Douglas is here.
Douglas! Uh-oh.
Douglas, shots fired right off the bat.
So Bernie even started and he's starting his shit already. There you go.
I got the wrong button again. And good evening, Anna. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, but before we go into the show, we got to do what we always got to do, and that is the shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Here we go. Go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell at the top so you know anytime we're coming on, like apparently Douglas has. Good job, Douglas. Or go into our Facebook pages, Oakland Raiders Savage or Asylum. And you can watch us, like, share, give stars if that's what you're into. Help us, continue to make this content coming out, whether you love us or hate us, we love making it and we want to continue doing it. And
whether you love us, whether you love us or you're Douglas.
Don't forget W. Go to WGG. Put in Cage Match Show. Cage Match, one word, to get 10% off of W Energy. There you go. It's on the ticker. It'll be up there all night. Just WGG. Cage Match, single word.
Hey, did and done. Thank you very much. Did and done.
Did and done. There you go. Thank you, Anna.
All right. So go into the comment section. You can go and click on either. It's all the same. The Cage Match Show, Oakland Raider Savage, or Raider Homer. Any of those comments are the same thing. Go to w.gg. Yeah, w.gg. It's hard to not say .com. w.gg.
Right?
And place your order.
W.gg.
Yes.
Cage Match, one word. And
get
you get 10% off the whole order. Go to our comments, click on the link in the comments, and it'll take you straight there, and you'll be able to automatically get it put to your order automatically.
All right, going right into the show, and Douglas is coming out throwing punches right now. Wait, button. Press. Yeah. You know what, Douglas, man? You're throwing me off of my game right now. I'm on the roller coaster, and it's all I can say for the Raiders and not going to make it to the playoffs. And it says, we are going to have blind refs again this upcoming game. Oh, are we going to have blind refs? Well, you know, we've been having blind refs the last 2 games. We're not getting no PI calls, and apparently holding is legal all of a sudden.
Holding is legal. But you know what? Like John Madden says, you know, what are you going to do about it? Well, we're doing something about it. We're still getting the W. That's what's happening.
Yeah, Dean, can you imagine how many sacks we would have had if they weren't holding the way they were? Or if they were actually calling some holds? But I guess,
how many points we could have had? You know, how many points, whatever, how much games we could have blown out by. We could have had more than 63 points if, you know, maybe we got a few calls go our way.
Well,
not like we needed it that game. I mean, that's the thing, though. But when it comes to penalties, the Raiders are averaging 4 or less a game. So we're not killing ourselves. We're not letting the refs affect us. They may not be calling them in our favor, but they ain't calling them against us either. And that's what's helping us keep us in these games and keep going, because we're not shooting ourselves in the foot.
And I was just gonna say that, like, I know we're not getting the calls that we would like because it's obvious. We see it on TV. We see all the time when the show replays. But at the same time, they're not throwing these unnecessary flags on us. And I don't know. I guess they're just let them play. Let them play.
Let them play. Hey, I'm all for that. Let them play, because you know what? At that rate, we've been coming out with W's here lately. So that's because we got W. Whichever we got W, so we've been coming out with the W's.
And it says that the Circa Sports stopped all upcoming bets for the Raiders to make it to the playoffs. So I guess they're not taking that bet anymore.
They don't want to have to pay out when it happens, Douglas.
I feel like you ever seen you know that movie Major League 2 when it was what was it Randy Quaid in the stands, and he had the Indian shirt. And he had it tied up. I mean, not tied up, but he had it taped up with the X. And he's all like, "Wild thing, you make my butt sing. You heckling." And you know what? I feel that way a lot. It
keeps helping us out.
Hey, whatever language.
It's been helping us out. Oh, keep it up, Douglas. Keep it up. Keep it up. We need the momentum going. The Raiders are hearing it.
Look at that.
Doing it despite. So you know what? Keep it up.
See, that is why, because
I was saying I needed to get with you to do that. That's why they stopped it, because you know what? They're scared it's going to happen.
You're going to bankrupt their own home city.
There's a chance.
They're going to bankrupt their own home city. But yeah, I feel like and I was like that too during the year and a half of McDaniels. I felt like Randy Quaid out there in the stands, just like, what are we doing? You know, whatever. Here we go. Let me be real honest with you. You're probably going to get through Indianapolis Colts, but you're not going to But you're not going to fail?
To fall?
Is that
probably not get the help? Probably, he thinks maybe the Broncos might beat us, which we'll talk about that shit later,
She says, I sure hope that Vegas is going to have to pay out. I wish I would have
I
known
hope they
that. I
do
would have
too.
put some money down too.
Hey, she was talking about she was going to go today. I told her I need to get with her to put $20 on it, but now I know why she didn't get a hold of me.
Do you take Dogecoin? Because I have Doge. I have Shibu, or not Shibu, Shiba Inu. I have those. So I got some currency. Go put it in there. All right. So this game right now, this game that we're gonna play in Indianapolis, early game. It is
Another early
also
game. Short
it is
week.
also it's also not being broadcast. Like it's a playoff implications, and it's not going to be seen over here in the Bay Area.
Well, but the place I go to watch the games, they got that shit, the NFL ticket, whatever it's called, so I get to see the game. That's why I ended up doing these watch parties to make sure I could see the games, because I got tired of fucking searching. This is before I had internet, so trying to stream it from your phone to your TV to watch it. Sell everyone else is on. Yeah, I didn't have to deal with that shit. I found me a place. We got a nice new home, Odin's Lair. If you're in the Topeka area, go visit Odin's Lair. Great place. Axe throwing, beer. What more could go wrong? Beer and axes.
I can have a list. Beer and axes.
And then the Raiders too. And then the Raiders too. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine? No, I'm not gonna put that bad juju out there, but let's just hope that everything goes well and we take this victory and everyone keeps all their extremities. So you got to axe and alcohol. Yeah.
Keeps all their digits, toes, fingers, Walk out with
head, arm,
what you walk
wrist,
in with.
hand. Just chopping people up. Okay. So the Raiders play the Colts. This is, I think you froze. There you go. This is let's go right into it. I feel like
there we go.
I feel like this
home teams usually always favored by 3, Anna. Home teams usually always favored by 3. See the Raiders, then it doesn't work that way.
Let's go right into the question.
Which question?
With these two games coming up, 2 horses. Colts and Bengals, Colts and Broncos. Who are you more concerned? Who are you more concerned of?
Which game is the trap game? Is that what you're trying to say? Which game do you feel is the trap game?
I'm saying the Colts can be a trap game.
And I say the Broncos can be the trap game.
I say the Colts can be a trap game because the Broncos were always like, it's a division rival. It's an AFC West division rival, and you can't not, you can't allow yourself to be unprepared or think you're going to take care of an AFC West division team.
The Colts are playing for the same thing that we're playing for right now, to stay in playoffs for their playoff hopes. And we're not going to take a possible playoff contender lightly. I don't see how we're going to walk in this and take this lightly and be a trap game.
Well, all I'm saying is that at the end of the season, the final game of the season, you're going to play the Broncos at home. That can be the punch your ticket, you win and punch your ticket to get in type of game. I don't want the Raiders to let let up and look ahead and think that the Colts can be an easy victory. Even though because they're on their second string
and our head coach, I don't think that energy is there to allow them to look ahead. They both are saying we got the Colts ahead of us first. That's all that matters. And being that our head coach, I'm calling him head coach. I'll fucking say it. If Mark Davis can't say it, I'll say it. The Raiders head coach, being that he's been in this situation before, he's won a Super Bowl. He's gone all this. I don't think he's looking ahead, because as of right now, unless our theory from last Wednesday is true, he can't look ahead. He can't allow the team to look ahead. The team can't look ahead because they're still not only playing for a playoff spot, they're playing for his job.
Well, currently the Colts, they have that 7th slot, the 7th seed. Currently,
Yes.
as we speak right now, at 4:45 p.m.
right there.
At 4:45 p.m. West Coast time, the Colts have that seed because everything's been fluctuating back and forth, up and down each week. So, and they've been playing with Garden Mushroom, Uncle Rico, White Goodman from Dodgeball.
Hey, I say White Goodman because you know who Uncle Rico is right now? Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that's right. That's the
Uncle
new
Rico
Uncle
right
Rico. And Anna agrees with you. Amen. AP is our coach. I agree. Give that man a contract. Give
him the title. Extend his contract.
There you go.
You know, make him a head coaching contract because that's what it has to be. Yes, Stidham is starting for Denver, but that's technically a revenge game if you want to look at it that way.
Revenge.
You know, well, he did play for us. He's going through the exact same thing this year that he went last year. Sit behind the quarterback all season, they get thrown into the last 2 games because they don't want the quarterback to get hurt because they're shipping him off after those 2 games.
It's like the butterfly effect. This is the Stidham effect. I'm just gonna sit back and just wait until it's my time, the last 2 games, and then it's gonna turn into an ugly divorce. Then I'm gonna get shipped out somewhere else. But hey, I at least played the last 2 games. The Colts at a glance: Gardner Minshew in the last 5 games, 114 completions, with 187 attempts. The thing that stands out: he's been sacked 17 times.
And offensive line has not been good.
3 interceptions is but 6 touchdowns. It's, it's a high.
That's one a game. That's what 1.25 a game, 1.5 a game, not even 1.5.
1.25.
1.25 a game. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not spectacular. The offense, now I hear they have JT back, Jonathan Taylor. But their wide receiver,
the kid from Home Improvement,
Means, yeah, there you go.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. There you go.
Is it Mims? No, who is? Oh, Pittman. They got Pittman back. I'm thinking wrong team. Wrong horse.
Wrong horse.
They got Pittman back.
Get on the white horse.
But their defense has not been playing well. Their corners are suspect. So if that's the case, Minshew's got to be throwing more touchdowns than that. And with the way our defense has been playing, we've been stingy. We haven't been giving up that many points.
Yeah, as you can see on the stats down below. The Colts, yards per game, 15th in the league. Rushing yards per game, 13th. Passing, 20th. And points per game, 10th. It's a little better than us. The defense is 22nd. Their running defense 28, so they're low on that part. Their passing is middle. Passing defense is middle, but they give up 24 points a game. So they seem to be in a lot of like shootouts and a lot of where they have to compete. They have to score touchdowns.
A lot like our games.
A lot like Derek Carr in 2016, Derek Carr in 2021. So, it's the same thing. Got all these things to show. And then going to the question, let's compare it to the Broncos right now. Now the Broncos, these are the last 5 games that the Colts have played and the Broncos have played. The Broncos play the Chargers at home this Sunday, so that's a division game. The Broncos are right there trying to get into the playoffs too. But the Colts, last 5 games, 2 wins, a loss, a win, a loss. So they've been up and down. The Denver Broncos have been on a slide. So I see where you're trying to say that could be a trap game, but I just think that the Colts, it's just.
I mean, it's just like Okay, yeah, the Broncos are, everything's lower than the Colts, in all this, and it's easy being. And the biggest reason I say a trap game is we went and beat them the first game of the season with Josh McDaniels as our fucking coach and Jimmy Glass as our quarterback.
Jimmy Glass.
So, you can easily go, well, we don't have that same shit. We're a better team now. We're going to beat them regardless. Trap game and end up falling on your face and, possibly being a win in your in kind of scenario. I agree with you, though. AFC West plays each other hard every game. It always is. But at the same time,
harder than Jimmy G at the Bunny Ranch, okay?
I don't know if he's been allowed in there lately. I mean, I don't know if they're like backup quarterbacks.
He ain't got backup quarterback money. He got started quarterback money, so they don't care.
His was free. He didn't have to spend the money. His was free.
Yeah, but the tips, he has to pay the tips. Okay?
I'll give you just
tips for the tip. Tips for the tip. Tips for the tip. Tips for the tip. Okay.
Just the tip, I promise.
Let me start over. Shout out to the real Douglas Sheffield. I saw him. He put a laughing emoji. Douglas Sheffield, the original Raider Homer, where we are broadcasting on the Raider Homer channel. Thank you for everybody out there who is watching. We got 3 views going on that I can see right now on the Cage Match Show on YouTube, on the Oakland Savage page on Facebook, and on the Silence page on Facebook. And there was a Raider Homer, but whatever. Whoever you're watching this, if you're watching it live or watching it later on, later on in life, we appreciate it.
It's all good. We appreciate all viewers at any time.
Even the other Douglas. We appreciate you, even though you just don't like I don't like your attitude, bro. Just don't like it. These last 2 opponents, I just think that the Colts, this could be a scary game because they're going away. They did play well on the East Coast ever since AP took over. I'm not saying that they're gonna let up, but I'm saying that there is a game that they could have a hiccup. I would say it's more the Colts. They just got to keep that same intensity that they brought with them in these last couple games, especially, after that Minnesota game, because that Minnesota game, we thought that we were going to be able to, on offensively, we thought we were going to be able to move the ball, and it was just a horrible on the offensive side for both teams. It was just they couldn't move. I don't know. We had the good defense in that game. I don't know if that was the case for the Vikings finding a way. I don't know. Changes were made because of that game, and maybe that was that game that we needed to wake us up and play Raider football, because like we were saying with the referees, yeah, even though we're not getting the calls for us, we're not getting penalized. We're not getting penalized, and also we're playing, which is funny. With other coaches, it's let's control the ball, offensive minded, defense is second tier to the offense. Penalty, holding, penalty for offsides, penalty for all-star, penalty. This team here, they're ripping people's helmets off. They're knocking people out. They're just terrorizing offenses on the field. This defense, this Raider defense, and there's no flags. This is weird. Isn't that crazy? You think playing this controlled finesse game?
Most penalized team in like NFL history. Every year, we're like the most penalized team to we're one of the least penalized teams all season. And I'm used to seeing yellow. I mean, I haven't had to break out the ref. I had to break him out damn near all season. Maybe they got scared. Maybe they were watching the show and afraid, of something like that.
Yeah, voodoo doll.
That. They don't like to be taught how to throw a flag. I think they got that down. We haven't had to break him out in a while.
Well, that flag is sewed onto his hip. So that's probably why they're not throwing no flags, because they got the voodoo doll and they can't pull it out. They just.
There you go. I'll take it. I'll play that voodoo magic every week.
That voodoo magic, it'd be like the like Dabu in Major League, another reference, in the locker, just with the with the
He needs a live
vodka
chicken.
and the snake.
He needs a live chicken. Fuck you, Jabu.
Douglas Sinclair says, well, thank you, but I'm going to say this. Then the Denver Broncos get a much with Sean Payton. Then what's up, coach? You have now the Raiders. You guys can have them, and good luck. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I think the last part's about his comments and everything.
Okay.
You know,
I
the
just
Broncos
think
got
that
much with Sean Payton. You know, that was an upgrade for a while, but you know,
if they want the ball, take it. Al Davis said,
take
what
ball.
you want. Take what you want, not what they give you. And I feel like Douglas might be on that fence. I think he still has Raider love. He's just in denial. Just come back to the dark side. Hold on, here we go.
He's mad that they left too.
Come back to the dark side. Come back, Douglas. Join me as we go to the Death Star and take over the universe. Nobody else will succeed while we come over with the dark side and take over the NFL. The game is going to be played, the Super Bowl will be played in Las Vegas, and it'll be there with silver and black. Dig it. Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Oops.
So, going on to other notes. Wait. Going back. So much stuff to show. So much stuff to show. Okay.
So much shit. So much, you know, we got a lot of shit going on, doing all this left and right. You know, hey, it's almost like we're playing the football, not just talking about it.
Yeah, I need to be up in the booth because I'm trying to figure out what's going on over here. All right. So, with the success, no, it's going to be gold and red.
Your lack of faith is disturbing.
Okay. So with the Raiders, how do you think, what is your opinion on how we should offensively, because the defense has been carrying its own and the rest of the team, how would you think that we should go about attacking this Colts defense? Should we stay with the run-heavy game with Zeus and company? Or, you know, well, Zeus kind of like took over the show this last game. But do we do?
No, he did take. He's kind of taken over. If you want to talk about it, he's kind of taken over since Jacob's been out. You know, he's just gotten better. And, you know, the first game, you know, it was 17 touches, 64 yards, something like that. The next game, 22 touches, 145 yards. I like what's been working. I think the running game is going to help us. You know, as it shows, and it might help us open up the pass game. We need to get the pass game going. You know, I mean, we need O'Connell to, and a lot of people. I mean, Hondo. If you watched his podcast today, he talked about how cold it was in Arrowhead. He was in the basement in the press box talking about how cold it was. Not even on the field. Talking about how cold it was. He wasn't prepared. You know, you had the wind blowing. It was 35 degrees with the wind blowing. So with wind chill, you're looking at 20s, you know, in the teens. It was cold, and that affected the pass game. It usually does. So I like to see O'Connell and, you know, Myers, Adams, fucking
we need Renfro. You know what? Renfro, just give me one touchdown. Don't be the only receiver to not have a score. He needs to just give me one touchdown. I am pro Renfro. I feel this could be a game that maybe Renfro breaks free. I've been saying this over and over and over again, I know. But maybe it's because I'm rooting for the guy. He was put in a bad situation when McDaniels came, and I just feel like he needs to come out the shadows, start making his presence known like he did a couple years ago when they got over 100 catches. Was that 2000 and was that 21 or 2021, right?
21,
Two
yes.
seasons ago. Yeah.
2 seasons ago. Because last season he was kind of hurt and dealing with that oblique injury and shit. And I believe it was a concussion at the same time. I mean, he was back and forth. And I think as of right now, Anna, I think JJ is what was it, doubtful?
JJ was downgraded to doubtful, so most likely he might not play for the third straight game. Going on his third straight game, which means Zeus will be the headliner carrying the rock with Abdullah and Bolden back there spelling him. I think that the Raiders need to get this offense going, but I feel like they need to do it. They need to get O'Connell in a rhythm and do more, just do some more short passing. And I don't necessarily mean like screen plays, just like quick slants, run the ball, quick slant, get the play action going. That's the one thing.
Yeah. Like I've always been saying, some deep balls, whether you make them or not, it keeps that secondary and linebackers honest. Go for some deep balls. You'll eventually catch fire with it and go, which will help open up the running. I mean, Zeus has potential of going for 200 yards if we could open up the passing game here.
Yeah.
And really, with the way he ran on Monday against the Chiefs. Against the Chiefs. Yeah, I know. I'm still studying, I ain't been to work all week, so I don't know what day it is. It's still fucking Tuesday as far as I'm concerned. But there's a chance with the way he was running, you get that passing game opening up, and the Colts are going to think they got run over by a herd.
A herd. We gotta send these Colts, these horses to the glue factory. That's what I say. Now, I just think that they need to establish. They need to be able to use play action because that'll open up more plays for them. But they need to do that by trying to throw more. And I know last game was due more to the conditions of the weather. I know it was a lot of moisture, so the ball was slippery. And the running game was basically taking over. They wanted to control the clock, keep Mahomes on the sideline as much as they possibly can. The defense stood up and won that game. Not going to sugarcoat it. Even though Kelsey believes that the game was a gift for us.
Yeah, they played Santa and gave us the gift of the game. But I like Jack Jones' answer and told him, watch that game again. We took that game.
Yeah, because Kelsey had two, maybe three decent plays. He couldn't catch that first ball he dropped. He was already crying like a little, and then he's throwing his helmet. They're frustrated. They're frustrated because they didn't want to lose to the Raiders. The Raiders were playing to win. The Chiefs were playing not to lose.
Yeah. Basically,
and I know the difference between lose and loss. I misspelt it on the video that I posted. My bad. And I keep getting that because people, probably Chiefs fans, oh man, it's called loss, LOSS, not LOSE. My bad. I did it late at night. I was trying to post it. I was tired. I get up at 2:00 in the morning. So I was at the end of my, the wick of my candle. I was the fire that burns brightest was burning out, and I was about to pass out. So my bad. All you grammar and spelling police out there, if that's all you got to say, then I already won the argument right then and there. Because everybody else loved my video. It got viral. I got 4-point-something K likes. First time ever in the history of my artwork. Hey, let's get it. All right. I just wanted to say that. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, show the video. Just one more time. Let's show the Chiefs why they why we won the game and not them giving us the game. Go.
You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time. And I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day. You take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know. You tell me don't lie. You work at a smile and you go for a ride. You have a bad day. The camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day. You had a bad day.
With the final score, 20-14. Taylor Swift up in the booth. Don't even you could if you look at her face, she's like, there, Brittany. There. It's gonna be okay. It's just a game. There. Oh my God, why am I comforting this Kermit? This female Kermit. Why am I doing this? Why am I even here? I'm an Eagles fan. Yeah, that's right. I saw that Eagles fan.
Eagles fan. She's an Eagles fan.
Douglas, you understand. That we lost. Every time that you Raiders, you can play that song to remember the day that you lost. First of all, Douglas, let me tell you one thing, okay? We're used to losing. We've been doing it forever. For the last 20 years. So we got iron of, this heart. The heart it's metal. It's metal. We don't care. Okay?
Like Colossus.
Yeah. Okay. Over here trying to be a philosophizer. Okay. Doesn't matter. Because we're used to it. But right now, we're gonna ride this wave as we're coming up, making it to the playoffs. We're gonna ride the wave. That's what we're gonna do. So whatever you say,
just to spite Douglas.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I don't care. Raider Nation for life. Win, lose, or tie. Raider till I die. Oh yeah. And that's my little rant right there. Okay. And
see, Anna be singing the Raider oath right there.
The Raider oath. We gotta get Raider Man back on.
Raider fan.
I am a Raider fan. Six on, welcome to the show. How you doing, Six on out there? All right. The Colts.
He's either in Chicago or Mexico. I can't tell nowadays.
Who do you think in this game needs to have a breakout game, or who do you think in this game needs to stand out, ball out, be the one, take over? Outside of the defense.
Outside the defense? Man, you just took away all my guys. You know I'm the defense guy.
They've been showing up, showing out, making plays.
I would love, it's his turn. Everybody else has had one. It's time for Renfro to have his fucking game. To show what made him fucking Renfro and why we keep saying we don't need to get rid of him and shit. It's time for Renfro to fucking ball out and get like 3 fucking touchdowns.
You need to lose your touchdown virginity. Let's go.
He lost that years ago. You mean for the season?
For this season, he's on a drought right now. He didn't have a catch. I don't think. No, he had a target, but he didn't have a catch. Yeah, and that was that third down where I know he was getting wrapped before the ball got there, but it hit his hands. I said, "Come on, Renfro, you are third and Renfro. You got to wake up. You got to be you. No one's telling you how to run your routes."
I think it's his time. Adams is balled out. Jacoby Myers
is the receiver. Mayer is the tight end.
Myers, turnaround is balled out. Tucker's had his games. Zeus balled out. I like to see him ball out again. But I think it's Renfro's turn. It's Renfro's turn. It's time for Renfro to show why everyone bought his jersey. Why he got the name third in Renfro. Why he was the Stephanie of football and breaking ankles on his route running. And even after the catch, he had that cut, that spin move, and would gain 20 yards after his catch. Show everybody why we love you and why we want you to stay on the team.
Renfro, that year, 2 years ago when he had them, the over 100 catches, he looked like he had flashes of like the highlights I've seen of Bolitnikov. You got like this gumpy white guy, but he just does these moves, and the guy, and then he goes and like a little house mouse just scatters, just scampers around and gets that first down or adds another 20 yards to the catch. And I feel like this has to be a game where he comes alive at the perfect time, because we're trying to get that push now into the playoffs. And I know I said a couple episodes before, I know I said it, that it was a highly unlikely chance that we were going to go into the playoffs. Let's just focus on developing these guys that could be our future next year. But now that we're in the thick of things, the guys need to come alive. And Renfro, we're calling on you. You got to come out there with a new attitude. Don't be like, just find that fire, that anger.
Get yourself some
McDaniels.
Get yourself some W energy.
Get some W energy. Go to the code and go to the website w.gg and put the code cage match, one word, Renfro, and get that hype up on W to get that dub.
Get that dub. Get that game. Get out there and get those TDs.
Get those TDs like Jimmy G gets those TDs at the Bunny Ranch.
TDs, same difference.
Scoring in the end zone. We need Renfro to score in the end zone. Let's go, Renfro.
Let's go, Renfro.
I agree with you. That Renfro needs to have that breakout game, even if it's week 17. I just need him to ball out, be that old Renfro that we know he can be. He was shackled when McDaniels came in. When Josh McDaniels came in, it was weird because we thought, okay, Renfro was that slot guy. He
was going to ball out. Under McDaniels.
This offense paid paychecks to slot receivers because everybody tried to use that slot receiver now. So that offense got slot receivers paid, and it was not. It was the total opposite with Renfro and McDaniels, because he wanted him to run his routes very particular. And I don't know if maybe Renfro still he's trying to. It's kind of like in Forrest Gump when he's getting bullied and what's it, Jenny? She's all like, "Just run, Forrest, run!" So he just has to force the braces off his legs and just start running and becoming like that Alabama running back like he was in the movie, and just Renfro, find yourself a Jenny to yell from the sideline, "Run, Renfro, run!" and bust out them braces off your legs and just be free, make plays, run around, get open, find a zone, find the opening in the zone, find yourself available, get the ball, catch the ball, run the ball, get in the end zone. Just run, Renfro. Just run.
Just run. Hashtag just run, Renfro.
Run, Renfro, run.
Come on, Renfro.
And 6 on, as far as this Justin Fields, it's a rumor. It all depends on who the GM, head coach. It's just rumored that because the Bears are going to have a high pick, and they're probably going to take a quarterback, one of those ones that everyone's talking about in the draft, that makes him available, and there's a chance that the Raiders trade for Fields. It's just a rumor right now. We find out more when the season ends. Right now, the season don't end till after we get that playoff win.
You know, that's been floating around a lot. You know how they say where there's smoke, there's fire, but maybe
But
this is
right
just
now, the smoke is because Champ Kelly came from the Bears, has ties to the Bears, and he's not even the GM. He has not been announced as the GM. So it's smoke, but that just might be because the fire's going out.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say was maybe the smoke is just like someone throwing a cigarette into the dead grass, and now there's fire, but that wasn't supposed to be there. That was an accident. People are probably just trying to find, they're gonna try to make up, or not want to say make up stories, but try to come up with a story based on the connections of certain,
There's that, and some people try to be probably I said it first. They're putting it out there so they can say that I said it first. That's like just throwing shit against the wall and hoping it sticks.
Yeah, and that's how it is. Well, I'm the one that thought of it because look at Champ Kelly. I almost said Champ Bailey. Champ Kelly, Chicago. They don't like Fields. I mean, duh. Write it down, report it, so you can say on November 15th, I had said Justin Fields, give me my promotion, head writer, senior writer. I want to be in the booth. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. That's probably what it is, like you said. But okay, let's go into quarterback talk. I know this is supposed to be a show about the Colts, but let's go into quarterback talk.
We're allowed to have squirrel moments as long as it's football related.
As long as we're within the football realm of the squirrelish, as long as we are on the same tree, it doesn't matter.
Omaha.
And then Anna says, unless I hear from Fox 5, I don't believe
shit.
And exactly. So, do you want, and then we talked about this last episode. Well, I already know, so I'm not going to ask the same question, but you are down, you would rather have a veteran quarterback brought in either for competition or just someone to
back up and help Aiden O'Connell work
in his
through
development.
the things that he needs to work through, as well as O'Connell starting from OTAs, training camp, all that as in a system as either the backup or the starter, not the third string who's basically just throwing the ball to warm up receivers and shit like that. He's actually in there having to know all the plays, learning all the plays, learning the nuances and all this. I'd rather bring in that veteran. And I said it before somebody else said it, and I know it was said on Captain's show yesterday, day before yesterday, whenever it was, a Kirk Cousins, a Jacoby Brissett. Hell, I've even heard Gardner Minshew's name thrown around, in there and everything. I don't mind them bringing them in and having that competition.
Douglas is part of Hater Nation.
But I don't mind that competition because I think all that's going to do is help Aiden O'Connell in the long run. And if the veteran wins out, then I've always been a believer of a rookie quarterback sitting behind a veteran for a couple years. I mean, the last one that did it really was Mahomes.
The last one that did it really was Aaron Rodgers, and that lasted for 4 plays. Oh, I mean, Aaron Rodgers coming into the Jets, and that guy, I forgot his name,
Zach
quarterback.
Zach
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson was supposed to be
sitting
there to learn, and then whatever.
But the last true quarterback that did it, was Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, Pee Wee Herman. Which Pee Wee Herman? No, the show Pee Wee Herman, or the Pee Wee Herman that went to prison, or the Pee Wee Herman that made a comeback. We need to know which Pee Wee era you're talking about.
Yeah,
because at least the one that went to jail, we know why. It was very interactive in that movie he was watching. That's why he went to jail that one time. But hey, he went to jail. That makes him he got a record. So
he got some credentials.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. By the way, hey, okay, Pee Wee Herman with the bike.
Uh-huh.
You know who else had a bike? Debo. So boom, tied it around. Debo is AP. AP saying what bike? And we brought it back. See how I kind of brought it back? I brought it back. Here we go. Brought it back. Now, which you want a veteran quarterback? Let's say in a perfect world, okay, we have the same head coach as AP, and let's just say because we don't know who the other candidates are, offensive coordinators. So we're gonna say Hardegree has the job, keeps the job. This offense, of course, will be more altered towards what Hardegree wants to do. Probably more like a West Coast type of offense, or more traditional West Coast type of offense. I'm going to pretend because we don't know what kind of offense this is supposed to be. Because even McDaniels himself didn't know how to call his own offense. That's what tells you that Brady was part of the one that was making many audibles in the line of scrimmage. But anyways, what quarterbacks? Okay, out of who's going to be available?
Out of the possibilities of which we've been hearing, shit like that.
Or how about what quarterbacks do you not want to come in? That's a better question because there's too many options.
Okay, well, I know Anna knows we talked about this was talked about on Captain's show. I don't want Russell Wilson. Okay. I don't want a quarterback. Huh?
He could be available. He's taking that Derek Carr route.
Well, I just saw a thing how he says he wants to stay a Bronco. He wants to win the championship with the Broncos, but
so did Derek Carr.
I don't want Fields. I don't want Russ. I know I say his name and I like the choice, but the money that you're probably going to have to give him, Kirk Cousins is that middle piece. I like Kirk Cousins because he's the type who could run a West Coast offense, in this, be able to teach Aiden O'Connell, what he needs to do, the preparation, do all that, and be helpful. But the money you're going to pay him, that's going to probably make him the automatic starter. And if that happens, I'm cool with that, with Aiden learning behind him, and going. But, I would like a Tyrod Taylor, what was the other names that we were just fucking throwing out? God damn it.
Gardner Minshew,
Tyrod Taylor,
Brisket,
Jacoby Brisket. There you go. Those ones I wouldn't mind having.
Matt Jones.
No, I don't want Mac Jones just because he's. But Cousins, like I said, Cousins is that one. Cousins would probably be the quote unquote dream veteran that I would want, because if it's a veteran that beats out O'Connell, that O'Connell could learn from, Cousins is the best bet.
You're not seeing the possibilities with Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson becomes a quarterback, Sierra comes with him. We have a halftime show. Sierra will be performing on the stage while Russell Wilson tries to cook on the field. And if she can't go, she could bring her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy / husband, whatever he was in future, the rapper, and he can perform on the stage while Russell Wilson tries to perform on the field. You're not seeing the fourth dimensionally. You're not seeing it. Yeah, I'm just joking. I don't want Russell Wilson because, yeah, she is poison. But what would you rather have? Would you rather have Sierra? Would you rather have Taylor Swift? Would you rather have Jessica Simpson? Do not have singers as significant others. Well, Kelsey is a tight end, so but the overall effect.
It's still affecting the overall. Well, see, if Anna says it right here. Anna says she wants Cousins.
If they are singers, do not take them to a game, because Jessica Simpson basically got Romo out of the league. He actually doing better, getting paid high to be in a booth, doing the color commentary. Kelsey, you see him now. They said I heard in the news or like in sports, whatever. They said, well, Kelsey hasn't been present the last month or so. Like he's not making plays on the field. They said, okay, let's look at the timeline. about a month or so. It's been about a little over a month when he tried to holler at Taylor Swift at one of her concerts. Here's a little friendship ring, friendship bracelet. We can both have one, because I think you're awesome. And then they got together. Now she's moved right in. She moved right in real quick. And now Kelsey keeps glancing up at the booth, trying to see if Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't up there trying to throw some passes over there. And, hey, if it gets intercepted.
That's why he threw the helmet. He didn't see Jimmy on the sideline.
Wait. If Jimmy G was trying to throw passes to Taylor Swift and it got intercepted, do you know who intercepted those passes?
Zach Jones?
No. His mom. Oh.
Because she wants her own narrative with Jimmy Garoppolo. I saw that commercial.
And that's how you tie them all together. And he was upstairs like, what are you doing up there? And they're like, Mahomes like, dude, catch the ball. Catch the ball before I change your last name again to Maato. Okay, you're making Coach Reed choke on his nuggies. All right.
Tell me,
I'm trying to use. This is how you drop the ball. Now show me again with my nuggies. Drops their nuggie. Okay, yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. So, no. Okay, for reals. For reals. What about Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco, I think, is going to retire. I mean, he came off the couch. He's playing. Yes, he's playing well right now because people don't know what to expect out of him, even though they should. Look at his other shit. I don't want Joe Flacco.
Thank you, Anna. I appreciate. This is what we do. We're just trying to entertain. We talk serious Raider football, but we try to have fun here because it's boring to be like, well, I think that the Raiders, they must complete passes. And one of my stats I've realized is that the team who scores the most points usually wins the game when the clock says 0-0-0. That is your Raider report. I am Raider Savage. Good night. How many people fell asleep? Look, we got 3 views. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Okay. Joe Flacco. I'm just joking. Joe Flacco this is his last run, took him off the casting couch and he found a job. So now he's out there. Hey, there's a stat that I saw where he has thrown more touchdowns in the small, couple games he's played compared to different teams throughout the season, I guess. Flacco's having that, this season that Flacco's having, maybe depending on how far he goes, because they just clinched the playoffs the other day. This could be a Disney movie.
For Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco. They already made a movie with what's his name from the Rams? Mr. Bag.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh fuck, what was it?
You know his name.
Kurt Warner.
They made a movie called Underdog or Underdogs or something. I don't know. It's something like that. The Underdog story. I don't know. And they made a movie about him.
I haven't seen
it. I haven't seen it. I just saw commercials. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Whatever. Now, if let's say Flacco takes the Browns to the Super Bowl, and that is insane.
And that ain't talking about the toilet, right?
No, we're not talking about the toilet, even though some people try to say your stadium looks like. No, we're not a toilet. We're a Roomba, okay?
We're a Roomba, yeah.
We're a Roomba, all right? So I don't want to hear it. Your Raiders suck. We are a Roomba, okay? Vacuum sealed. If he takes them to the Super Bowl, that's going to be a movie like in 2 years later. Joe Flacco will probably be played by, Keanu Reeves because they got the same look almost. I know it's like replacements too, but I know he's going to play Joe Flacco.
Hey, but the name fit, right? In replacements, Falco.
The Matrix. There's a glitch in the Matrix. Falco, Flack. Oh my God! See, hey, this is just like the other. Write this down. On December 29th, we
We called
predicted the Joe Flacco story. Falco, boom.
and predicted who's going to play him.
Yeah. Well, who's going to play them? What if the Browns, you know what? This is in dedication to Douglas. What if the Browns beat the Niners in the Super Bowl? Ooh.
That would be amazing.
The Browns beat the Niners. And then they can say, we took the Niners. We took the Niners, or well, we're not we, and like I'm not a Browns fan, but you know, the Browns, when they say we're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, but the Browns took the Niners as they were Browns to the Super Bowl. Okay, no, I'm stretching right now. I'm stretching. I think that died right there. Okay.
It died right there.
A good backup quarterback that we can get, a veteran.
Yeah, who do you think? That scenario being in there, who would you like to see with my scenario?
I'm trying to think who. I'm trying to think who else.
And drafting is not an option.
No. I don't want to draft anybody. I want them to use their first pick.
I want them to use their first 4 picks. I've been dying for this, and I've been adamant in every time. Captain, every time he brings it up on Captain's Show, I already know what Asylum's going to say. No. But it's no. Draft the trenches. Draft best player available other than quarterback.
I mean, that's worked for a lot of teams. But yes, you want to get need, but draft the best player available coming out. You can find a lot of the needs in free agency. I'm trying to think, because you said all the names, but I know there has to be like one guy that no one has talked about, a backup quarterback. We already had Mariota, so not Mariota. People are saying Tannehill, but Tannehill's at the end. I mean,
he's at the end. He's another one that if it happened, I wouldn't be, talking to. I mean, Tannehill's better than Garoppolo.
Well, yeah. He's
okay.
Survived more games.
He's
yes.
I mean, Tannehill has that backup role. I could see that.
What about the dude from the Cardinals if he's let go?
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray?
The starter right now?
Yeah.
That's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I know.
Because of what he did to my A's, fuck Kyler Murray. I don't want Kyler Murray. No, not Kyler Murray.
Who else is out there? There's not too many guys. You got your Zappy and your Matt Jones over there in with the Patriots. Fitzmagic ain't coming out of retirement. Maybe get Fitzmagic out. It worked for Flacco.
Yeah,
one season out. Bring him out.
He's played for damn near every team in the NFL, anyways.
Yeah, you get a Raider jersey on. Complete the set. I don't know. I can't think of any other veteran because all like the decent or decent veterans have retired. Matt Ryan is trying to do color commentary now in the booth. Flacco came out of retirement, or I guess.
Well, somewhat, yeah.
He didn't have a team, but then now he found himself on the Browns, and he's like the feel good story of the winter, whatever, end of the season.
You can say that. all you want, Douglas, because if they take out the Niners, that's all that matters. They stop the Niners from winning the Super Bowl. So, I'll take it. I'll lose to the Super Bowl winning team. That's okay.
Colin Turbanacco. Yeah, I don't know. I guess out of everything you said, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a good fit. Maybe
I think he's a good fit and a good teacher. And if he does win that starting job, which is a good chance that he could, he was producing before he got hurt in Minnesota. He'd be the best person, I think, for O'Connell to sit behind or be behind O'Connell and be able to teach and be able to have that seamless offense that if something happened or you had to take them out and put, one or the other in, it would flow and you're not having a second playbook for like if you had a Tyrod Taylor who's a running quarterback, you got to have plays just for him. And I don't know who the fuck Douglas is talking about.
No. I know what he's talking about. Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, fuck Kaepernick.
Once they have him, but over there with the Raiders, you got to be perfect for him. Yeah, he's first of all, Colin Kaepernick is not out of the league because of his views. He can only throw a fastball. He can't throw touch, and he was more of a running. He's like Tebow. Tebow's not in the league anymore because he's a one-trick pony playing for the Broncos.
Or Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor. He had to switch over to receiver.
He had to turn to receiver because he was more of a running quarterback than he was a being able to throw, be in the pocket and throw.
I have Niner friends that had said his problem is he can't really read defenses all that well. It's probably why he uses his legs a lot. But people started keying in on that. Probably had the spy, the linebacker playing spy or a safety playing spy because of his speed, and was able to contain him. And maybe he would have had a. And it's like Jamarcus Russell when the Raiders got rid of Jamarcus Russell. The Browns, I think it was the Browns or the Bengals. It was the Browns trying to call Jamarcus Russell like, hey, we'll bring you in, do a tryout, we'll give you the league minimum, and he said, no, I want $1 million. I want $1 million or no, nothing less than $1 million. And they said, okay, well then never mind then. Click. So I don't know if Kaepernick, other teams probably did try to talk to him, but he probably wanted more money.
Well, no,
you never know.
We all know why Kaepernick is out of the league. He was a backup quarterback who tried to make a name for himself by starting a movement on the field. He went from relevant. He went from relevant to irrelevant, and said, "I needed to be relevant again. And if I can't play, I'm going to start this whole thing with the kneeling during the anthem and everything." And when he did that, he was a backup quarterback. It wasn't that he was hurt, anything else. He was not being capable. After he went to the Super Bowl, he spiraled down the toilet. You want to talk about Browns to the Super Bowl and shit? He was circling that Super Bowl ever since because he got figured out. And like you said, one-trick pony. Force him out, force him to the line. He wants to run. He can't throw for shit. That's why he was sitting as a backup quarterback and started pouting and saying, I can't be a backup quarterback. Let me, I want to be a Black Panther and I'm going to start a movement.
Moore took care of him, the linebacker for the Raiders, who ended up on the Colts before he retired or got whatever. That game against the Raiders at home in Oakland.
I got that autograph jersey. I like Steele.
I like Steele more. I don't know why his career was so short. But
I think it was an injury.
As an injury?
I think it was a leg injury, like a knee injury or some shit. I'm not 100%, but I think it was something like that. I think it was an injury.
Okay, I think I have a quarterback now. I don't know what his contract situation is, but this usually happens when a backup quarterback comes in because the star quarterback gets injured or whatever, and the backup comes in. He does good. He carries the team for the most part. But then the next year they get a new contract with another team. I forgot his name, but he's currently the starting quarterback of the Bengals.
Anna says it.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name though. I can look it up real quick.
You don't think he'll be a good if he if there was no I don't know, like I said, I don't know his contract situation with the Bengals, but you don't think him?
I mean, he's playing decent football now. Come on. Jake Browning? No, that's not right.
Yeah. Browning.
I mean that would depend on the his contract situation and shit. I can see Browning, okay, to come in and battle. I can see that one. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good. I mean, you never know. Like I said, it all depends on.
Douglas is just throwing names out there right now.
Joe Flacco.
No,
I don't know.
I think he's thinking of Burrow, but that's not who you were talking about.
Not Burrow.
They ain't getting rid of Burrow. We know that.
I mean, there's no. You named all the quarterbacks. Brisket, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, maybe bringing him in, seeing what a running quarterback can do in this offense, and seeing what maybe we need. We'll see them both if that's the case. Because even in this last preseason, all the quarterbacks that we had playing, Garbers didn't really play too much. He's on the practice squad.
Garbers, I think you keep him as the third, that emergency quarterback, game manager, if he's got to come in, kind of a thing. But you have your third, on there. Maybe
you know who will be available. I mean, I know the team he plays for is still. They had said they want him to stay, but you know who'll be available? Baker Mayfield.
No, I hear if he makes the playoffs, he's going to get a contract extension.
Yeah, but I'm saying is, what if he doesn't want it?
Why would he want to play for Tampa Bay? He's been doing good over there. I mean, that's the best fucking thing he did. You might as well bring out Johnny Manziel. You have a better chance of getting Johnny Manziel than you do fucking Baker Mayfield.
You don't know that. See, even Sixon said about Jake Browning. That's what I said from the Bengals.
Said what about?
Yeah, I don't know. He said it. I'm gonna go with it.
No, I agree. I can see Jake Browning to come in to he's been playing well. He's got right now. I'm counting on him to beat Kansas City. So I got high hopes for him right now.
Come on.
But I think the only perfect fit to go with keeping O'Connell, keeping our system going, and this is and like you said, either we keep Bo Hardegree or we're coming in with a West Coast style offensive coordinator is Kirk Cousins. It's just a matter of how much you got to pay him.
Yeah, but do you think that because he had the big contract this last season, I mean, not this last season, but this like 2 seasons ago, I think, or something, a couple seasons ago.
It was like 4 or 5 years. Last 4 or 5 years. It was fully guaranteed.
I think he only has, one playoff win? But in the 5 years he's been with them, he started with Washington, then he came over to the Vikings. But I think he's been.
But the Vikings team that they got now, I mean, the Vikings were playing that game and let certain players go too early, brought in other players. He was having. I mean, the last couple of years, he's been spectacular with Justin Jefferson. And this is assuming, and we could get rid of Devontae Adams with Cousins. You have Jacoby Myers, stepping up to who could take the number 1 wide receiver position and would work well with Kirk Cousins. You have Trey Tucker. You have Renfro if he stays, who would benefit, from a quarterback like that. Just like we said with O'Connell. You and me are both Team Ramrod.
Team Ramrod.
Team Ramrod. You know, we're Team Ramrod. We keep saying, give him, you know, from the beginning and not what Josh McDaniels did. But you bring in a quarterback who could repeat the same thing. And now these players are playing with the same style of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And going and building that rapport. I want to keep, I mean, if we could keep Devontae, he wants to stay, I'm all for it. But at the same time, we don't necessarily need him. And it comes down to with the Jefferson. Jefferson was hurt. He was still winning games that they thought they couldn't win. They got rid of the one running back, Matheson, I think it was. No, Matheson is who they still have.
No, it was I know who you're
Cook.
talking about.
Dalvin Cook. They got rid of Cook.
Yes.
So Matheson stepped up. And, you know, going. He had, you know, their defense was playing stellar. I mean, two of their players were constant trade options because they thought when they traded for Dobbs, because Kirk Cousins went down, that they were going to be in that rebuild and turn around and, you know, have to get rid of players to be able to help going into next year for their salary cap and shit like that. Kirk Cousins has good, I say, couple, 2-3 years left that can help a quarterback of O'Connell's stature. Whether it's behind him and helping him learn, or O'Connell sitting behind because Kirk Cousins won the starting job. That would be a battle I would like to see on the Raiders, them two battling it out for that starting job.
I guess it all depends on who the offense coordinator is and what type of offense they like to run. That's why it's hard to pick which quarterback, because we don't know what system is going to be used and what quarterback will be a best fit for that system. So,
and that's 100% right. This is all speculation until we get head coach, general manager, and offensive coordinator all figured out.
Well, right now we have our offensive coordinator, Bo Hardegree.
Right
our
now.
Head coach, I'm not even going to say the I word interim. I'm not going to use it.
I haven't said it since he got the damn job, and I made it clear on that first episode that he took over. I will not call him interim.
Yeah, so the Colts head to head, and look at the results for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matchups. Loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So if we stay with that same, if we stay with that same pattern,
we have it right here. Football gods tell us we're going to get this win. It's right here.
It's right there.
History tells us.
That's how it's been since 2013. Win, a loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. The win is coming. The autumn wind is coming. So, Raiders lead the series 11-10, so it's almost just above 500. Both teams are in that race to try to get into the playoffs. The Colts already have a seed right now as we speak. But speaking of the playoffs, Asylum, I'm going to have you explain this whole mess. We are the only one I know that I want, of course, no matter the scenario, must win out, baby. The Raiders must win out. No, and I want this. I want the Kansas City Chiefs to lose the next 2 games, and the Raiders win the next 2 games, and they just take it. They just take it over. Just take it over.
As of right now, that is an option. We have, no matter what, we have to win out. We must win the next 2 games for any of this to work. And I agree. We win the next 2 games. Kansas City loses the next 2 games. We win the division, and none of this other shit matters. Plain and simple. But that being said, our other options is, as it says, we need 4 of the 7. So we need the Bengals to lose either the Chiefs or the Bengals. Now, this is over the 2 weeks. None of this is going to work just for this week to get everything going. It has to go this way. So for us to get this number 4 spot, we must win out. I'm sorry. The last wild card spot. The Bengals must lose one of their next 2 games against the Chiefs or the Bengals. So really what we want to happen this week to keep everything alive, we want the Bengals to beat the Chiefs and then lose to the Browns. The Steelers. Go ahead.
No, I say so. There are 2 roads that we can take. The Bengals will determine that this week if both roads are still open. If the Bengals beat the Chiefs, both of those roads are still open. If the Bengals lose, the AFC West is shut off.
The AFC West is shut off. The Chiefs will win the division. And then we'll need the Steelers to lose to the Ravens. This week's game does not matter with the Steelers. They have to lose to the Ravens. Then we need the Texans here to lose to either the Titans or the Colts. So the Colts could still help us. To even go above that to get into that 6th seed, the Colts have to lose 1 game.
That should be against us.
That should be against us, and that's all that matters. We jump ahead of the Colts.
We knock them out.
We don't necessarily knock them out because we still have to win that 2nd game.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. Now we can get up to the 6th spot if the Bills lose both their games. Now they're playing the Patriots next, so I could see them losing to Miami, but the Patriots, that's going to be. I mean, the Patriots beat them once this year so far.
Yeah,
it can happen. It can happen.
And the Bills are home against the Patriots in that game.
Yes.
So
the main thing comes. This week we can win against the Colts, knocks them out or knocks us above them. If the Bengals lose to the Chiefs, we go above them. But that's not what we want. As fans, we want both options open. So we hope they beat the Chiefs. But, that goes there. It will come down to no matter what, regardless of how things go, it will come down to the final game, week 18. Either the Chiefs need to lose to the Chargers.
Come on, Chargers, let's go. Come on, stick.
Or if everything goes out and we won everything else is worked out, it's going to come down to the Steelers losing to Baltimore. And the bad thing about this is if Baltimore seals that number 1 spot, do they play their starters or not? So you really want Baltimore to lose to, I believe it's Miami this week. So they forced to play their starters against the Steelers so they can knock them out, and then we're in the playoffs. As long as we win against the Broncos, the Donkeys.
But the Ravens, they clinched the number 1 overall seed?
No, if they win this week, they'll clinch it.
Okay. Because I'm like, if they won.
Miami, right now, it's between them and Miami. So if they beat Miami, they clinch it. If Miami wins, then it comes down to the last game whether the Ravens could get it or not.
Okay, so you're telling me. I wish my sister was watching. She would love that joke. It's an inside joke. So you're telling me that besides, of course, we're going to be rooting for the Raiders because that's our team.
That's our team. Damn straight.
We are also Bengals fans this week. We are also Patriots fans this week.
Well, Patriots-ish on that one. I mean, really.
Ish.
Patriots. We don't need that. We don't need that to happen in order to make the playoffs. It just helps us.
Okay, and you said the Ravens are playing who this week?
Miami.
So we're going to be Miami fans.
Yes.
Bengal fans.
Yes.
And what out of this list is the most important thing that we need must lose to Titans? Because the NFC team, the Jaguars NFC team wouldn't matter unless it was
Yeah,
the
because if
the
they
record.
the Titans and the Titans will they drop down depending on what's with the depending on what's going on with the God damn it,
Jaguars,
the Texans and whoever
Texans.
else they're tied with in the division.
Okay, so the let's say the big games that we're gonna focus on, of course, the Raider games, because the Raider games will also help with the Colts situation. If we beat them, that's the one game that they lose. We're still alive.
The Colts. The Colts lose, they drop below us, and everybody moves up one.
Yes. So we take care of business. The Colts will be. We don't care if we beat the Colts and we take care of business next week. We don't. They're off. They're off. They're off. They're done. Okay. So we're gonna be watching the Bengals and Chiefs.
Yes.
And the Miami and the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins and the Ravens.
Yes, those are the biggest ones other than ours. Also, you might want to keep an eye on the Titans and Texans game because we could jump ahead of that too if the Texans lose to the Titans.
The Raiders have a coach that threw gasoline on the flame and said, "Burn it!
Sit
Burn
down."
It down." And Douglas says the Colts are going to smoke them. Talking about us.
Who, the Raiders? Nah.
Yeah, and I believe this is the Patriot. We had to root for the Patriots. I'm gonna throw up on that one. Yes. I didn't want to say I'm like we have to really watch the Patriots and hope that they beat the Bills, but I guess that keeps a road open for us if they do. But we need 4 of those 7 scenarios.
Yes, it keeps the road open for us to get the 6th seed.
Yes.
But in all reality, all we need is the 7th seed or the division. So, even though the likelihood of it happening, it's one of those things. It does help us if the Patriots win, but the likelihood of that happening, I'm not going that far. I'm going from Colts down is what we need to happen.
All right, so this weekend, of course, we are Raider fans. We are also Bengal fans and Dolphin fans. Let's go. Dolphins.
And the only reason we want the Dolphins to win is it forces the
Ravens to keep the guys in
to play their starters against the Steelers in Week 18. And if they play their starters, they should hopefully be able to beat the Steelers, which will jump us up ahead when we beat the Broncos and put us in that last spot.
Isn't this fun? Trying to figure out all the possibilities to get to the playoffs. Isn't this just fun?
This is a typical Niner fan right here.
Typical Niner fan. You know what, Douglas? Like I said, I appreciate you, but I don't like you. And all your mean things that you're trying to say. But we're on a high right now, okay? We're on a high. We're on a high so high that we're going to beat the Colts and take that high to Mile High and be high over there because they say it's legal over there. And we're going to be over there. We're going to beat we're going to beat both horses like a dead horse. And find a horse like in Godfather in someone's bed. Horse head in the bed. Okay. I don't care. Donkey. If Shrek's donkey next week, I don't care. We're taking care of it. They're all going to the glue factory. All right.
Okay.
It's going down. It's going down. Now, this Colts game is essentially, basically a playoff game. You have to win. There's no room for error. And one of the most memorable games. Can you say that? I can't say that. Memorable. There you go. Memorable games. Remember, I was hitting. So if it's music, I wasn't hitting on the beat. I was on the offbeat. Was the Ghost to the post. And that is what we're highlighting here in Know Your History. Are you got it? You got it ready?
I'm ready.
This is what we're going to highlight in Know Your History. Raiders versus Colts, 1977 divisional round playoff game. Double overtime.
Double overtime. That was
Double
a great year.
overtime. Roll that beautiful.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
The game would be played before the largest home crowd in Baltimore Colts history. This game itself would soon make history as one of the longest and greatest ever played in the 58 years of professional football. From the outset, Raider execution was impressive, as Stabler began a classic shootout that would total 345 yards passing, as just one phase of a thundering assault.
Now the Raiders are thinking 6 at this juncture. Hand off to Davis, adjusts over left tackle down to the 25, the 20, takes off to the 15, the 10, stiff arms a man at the 5, touchdown Raiders! Clarence Davis with a quick adjustment at the line of scrimmage, powered past the left tackle spot, head ahead of steam, pranced into the secondary, and left a trail of would-be tacklers behind him.
While Clarence Davis left tacklers clutching at air, Baltimore quarterback Burt Jones was reluctantly accepting the axiom, when sacked by Matuszak, discretion is the better part of valor. Like a great silver wall, Rice, Matuszak, Hendricks, Johnson, and others rose up. Then the Raiders struck again.
Second down, Stabler back to pass, throwing a deep bomb. He's got Branch against Muncie. He makes a leaping, incredible catch, gets up from the 28, and is run out of bounds on the 20-yard line. Holy Toledo, what a catch by Branch. The ball is on the 9. Stabler back to pass. Banaszak is in the game. Stabler looks, lobs one to Casper. Touchdown Raiders!
Every play was big. Ted Hendricks got a hand on this punt, and Jeff Barnes recovered. The Raiders converted the blocked punt into points and led midway through the third quarter 21-7. But the Colts fought back, finally going ahead 31-28. Time became crucial. The Raiders had to stop the Colts right now. They did exactly that. Gained possession and then calmly sent Ghost to the post.
Branch left, Biletnikoff to the right. Back again, straight drop back, pumps once. He goes medium deep to Casper. Casper makes it over the shoulder catch. He's put from behind at the 15-yard line. A very, very remarkable adjustment as Casper, I think, first turned the wrong way and managed to run under that high lob to the deep part of the defense.
Casper's catch was a work of art. And then Coach Madden called on Earl Mann to send the game into overtime. This AFC playoff would go into a fifth period, a period of magnificent defense. In the final 23 minutes of this incredible game, the towering Raider defense did not allow a single first down. Tension and exhaustion tapped the last resources as the fifth period became the sixth. Desire and determination were stretched to ultimate limits. But these proud Raiders made one more gallant effort, one final drive, one relentless, undeniable push goalward. Stabler to Branch for 19. Then, on 2nd and 7, a beautifully conceived play pass triumphantly brought down the curtain. Dave Casper's touchdown meant a 37-31 victory after 75 minutes and 43 seconds, the longest game in Raider history.
That is your history lesson. For
You
this.
see that sidearm throw that everyone wants to say Mahomes is all this shit? The sidearm, fucking Stabler was doing it first, way beforehand. So, you know, you get all get off Mahomes' nuts about that sidearm throw because, you know, it took us to a Super Bowl.
And won. Killed the Minnesota Vikings. And Sam White got his head knocked off from Jack Tatum. I wish I was alive during those times.
I was 4 months old when that played. And I'm glad I could help Anna. You know, it took me a minute to figure it out, but once I got it figured out, I've been on it ever since.
And 6 on said his favorite player was Lester Hayes, the judge.
Lester the molester.
I believe he has the Raider record for interception, which I believe is 13.
In the season or total?
Not total. In the season.
Okay, I'm about to say, I think it's more than that.
Speaking of records, I don't have a graphic for it, but Max Crosby has 13.5 sacks, and he is 3 sacks away from surpassing the original, or the in a season sacked by he came from the Eagles and he went to the Raiders, number 56. I'm forgetting his name. He came from the Eagles and he went to the Eagles after the Raiders, number 56, in like the 2011, 2012 year. I'm forgetting his name, but he had 13. Burgess. I believe it's Burgess. Yes.
I believe it's Townsend that holds the record.
Who? Well, no, I think he had the rookie season, and I think he had the rookie record.
That's right.
Maybe he has he has the all-time, I believe, career with the all-time with the Raiders.
Yeah, career. You could be right on that, but yeah, you're thinking of Burgess, Derek Burgess.
Max Crosby is 3 sacks away. He is 13.5, 3 sacks away. That half sack would push him over, and he'll have the record. Also, I think it's about Devontae Adams. He has less than 20 yards to make to get a no. He has no. He has less. He has less than. He has like 972 right now. So he has less than. He has about like 28 yards to get.
72. 28. Yeah.
28 yards to get to make 1,000 yards for the season. Do you think this happens against the Colts? Both?
Which one? Both?
Do you think both?
Okay.
How about this one? Which one will most likely happen this next game? Crosby.
It should easily be Devontae getting the 28 yards. I mean, he could do that in a single pass.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably the most likely. But I would love to see Crosby get 3 sacks, 2 games back to back. Being Malcolm Kuntz got it against broke the record for Mahomes, sacking him 3 times, which has never happened in Mahomes' life. Being sacked by the same player 3 times in a game. Then to have Max Crosby come out and get 3 sacks and break the single season Raiders record, that would be just freaking beautiful. That would be awe-inspiring. I mean, that leads into going to the Broncos game as just that much sweeter.
That much sweeter. What about Townsend? I think he had the most sacks. I believe he has the rookie record, and he has the all-time Raider career
total sacks. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
So in this game, we talked about a little bit earlier, but on the injury report, the long snapper has a knee. Jacob Oppenheimer. Can't. Oppenheimer funds. Max Crosby is going to be on there every day with the knee, but he's going to play for sure. Illuminor with the knee also, he's questionable. Josh Jacobs might be he's a game time decision according to AP. He could be a game time game day scratch.
leave
He's
him
still
out.
dealing
Leave
with
him
that
out.
quad.
Give it to Zeus. Leave him out. Give it to Zeus.
He's doubtful. They're gonna do like they did against the Chiefs. Before the Chiefs game, they're gonna test him out, see if he can run on it, see if he can, cut probably, and it most likely be a game time cut, game time scratch. Andre James is questionable with the ankle. He did play last game, but he's still questionable with that ankle. Malcolm Kuntz ribs, he's playing. Malcolm Mayer, he's dealing with that toe. He's most likely, never mind. Let me start over. He's out. So I was going to say he's most likely, out for the season. Colton Miller was last week was a emergency tackle, and when Illuminor went down, he grabbed his helmet and ran out there before AP could even ask the offensive line coach who's available to go run in. So Colton Miller will probably be the starting left tackle. I will call it. He'll be the starting left tackle in this game. DJ Turner with the shoulder. He's a special teamer. So we'll see if he goes. And Greg Van Roten, personal. So he's probably going to play.
He's probably
on the other side. Yeah. On the other side, Cameron McCrone, illness, questionable. Most likely they'll play. DJ Montgomery, receiver, groin, questionable. Probably,
that's it. You know how those groins could be.
Yeah, he'll probably try to push it out, but if he does play, he probably won't last long. Zach Moss, the running back, forearm, he's out. Segun Elubi, Masubi, hip, most likely playing. Michael Pittman Jr., the receiver, concussion and shoulder, questionable. Anything with concussion.
No, they said he's passed. I read an article today. They said he's passed the concussion protocol. He's out of concussion protocol. So he's most likely going to play. He's most likely going to play against us.
The center, Jack Anderson, illness, most likely will play. Braden Smith, tackle knee, questionable. And the one right here, DeForest Buckner, he's their big D tackle.
Who also played for who?
He played for the team of the guy that keeps ending up in the comment section.
Yeah, right here. We're going to put it up real quick. He said, Kansas City is a better team, but we still dominated them and beat them. So that makes even Patrick Mahomes said the better team won on Christmas Day. So they may be the better team who might not make the playoffs and might not win the division.
I wasn't here. I was there. I was here then, but I wasn't here now. Not then, but no, then, but not now. But then I was, but not now I is. But then I was, but not now I is.
Hey, look, here's Anna's prediction. Crosby breaks the record this weekend.
Kurt Morrison. Yeah, he was good.
He was good.
That was probably Kurt Morrison and Thomas. I forgot there was the other linebacker. That was probably the last time we had a solid linebacking core up until, of course, this season. Kurt Morrison was good. He was a Raider. He was a Raider fan growing up in Oakland. His dad was a season ticket owner. His dad was a season ticket owner. Now he does radio and TV. Still represents the Raiders.
Yes, he does.
So,
it's still his Raiders as he talks. Still his Raiders.
So our keys to the game. Who do you want to go first?
You go first. I went first last time.
All right. Keys to the game. Maintain good football on the road. We are so conditioned to a Raider team not being able to play well on 10 o'clock games, but AP has had this team been able to perform whatever time the game is. Doesn't matter if it's night game, day game, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5:15, 5:20, whatever, 4:20, if it's legal, it doesn't matter. But he's got this team playing, he's got this team rolling, but just keep maintaining that good football on the road because these are crucial games now. If you want to try to have that chance to punch your ticket into the playoffs, at least have your side, your what you're supposed to do taken care of. You got to continue to maintain this new attitude of football, of Raider football, maintain it on the road. And AP had said the one thing you can always pack is good defense in the running game, and that's what they've been having is good defense in the running game. Let's continue that on the road. Number 2, I know you said Uncle Rico is now considered Joe Flacco, but the original Uncle Rico, Garden Mushroom, keep Uncle Rico uncomfortable. You've seen the stat earlier. He can turn over the ball, especially there you go, Thomas Howard. Especially that was for the linebacker, Thomas Howard with Kurt Morrison. Greg Papa called them the law offices of Morrison and Howard. I remember that. I missed Greg Papa. Keep Uncle Rico uncomfortable. He can turn over the ball. He just get in his face at the line, at the defensive line, can continue to shrink the pocket to make the quarterback having to run out. Kuntz is right there. Max Crosby's right there. Tyree is pushing guys back. You know, Bilal Nichols, these guys, the new guy, I forgot his name, the big beefy dude.
Which one?
Close that. Huh?
Robinson?
No, not him. The new guy they got last week.
McCall.
Yes. Collapse the pocket, take him out. The defense just needs to, you know, like they did with KC, stay within their zones. Keep them uncomfortable. And number 3, complement the running game with short rhythm passes. That'll open up the play action, which will open up the deep ball. And then like Asylum said earlier, that'll open up the running lanes because the defense of the Colts can't just play the line thinking all the Raiders can do is run the ball. Start having short rhythm passes, get these guys open, you know, just let your receiver just catch the ball and make a play. You got to go deep like Renfro. Go deep, yes, but at least keep the quarterback and the receivers in rhythm with the short passes and the intermediate passes and get that play action ready to go deep. We can do it with this defense. The Chiefs defense is much more better than the Colts defense, but we just gotta continue and do that. And I feel like that would be the keys to winning this game. What do you think, Asylum? What is your keys to the game?
Those were good keys. I like your keys. Now here's my keys. Keep the running game going. At the time this was written, you know, it says Zeus and Company. Before Jacobs might have been coming back when I wrote these keys. I wanted Jacobs to be able to step back and be able to be a contributing factor, but we'll assume he's not starting as of right now. So we'll go with Zeus and Company. Keep that running game going. Capitalize off the like you said, this is not as good of a defense, especially against the run that the Chiefs were. Keep it going. I said it. I love to see him get 200 yards this game. I think he could do it in this game. Keep it going, because if you keep that running game going, then that's going to open up that passing game. It's really going to open up, just like Savage, those short passes. You keep Zeus in there, those short passes are going to be there because they're going to keep thinking he's going to get the ball, and they got to be able to be there in case he does. So those linebackers are going to be a step or two forward, allowing the Renfros and the Myers to get behind them, and get those quick passes and get those big yards and make a short pass look like it was a deep ball. Second, O'Connell needs to keep protecting the ball and move the chains. Now, he's protected the ball very well here as of late, not thrown any interceptions, hasn't fumbled, anything like that. But the key thing here is move the chains. Those short passes are going to move the chains. You give it to your receiver, he gets 5-7 yards, run the ball with Zeus, bam, you got the first down. You keep the chains moving, You stay on the field, and their defense gets worn out and gets tired. Plain and simple. In the fourth quarter, defenses get tired. Ours is not lately, and I like to keep that up, but I don't want to see our defense on the field. When they're on the field, they're going to be doing right here. They're going to keep getting turnovers. I sound like a broken record. I think I said it for the last 3 games. I know we've done 2 games in a row. My keys keep no prison. Hey, that's a good one. I had that one too. What was it? 3 games ago? Take what you want. That was one of my keys, and we did it. We did it against the Chargers. Here, keep getting the turnovers. You get the turnovers, defense gets off the field, offense comes in, run game kicks in, offense kicks in, and who's to say that we don't put another 60 points up? I'm not saying we're going to, but, there's a chance we could do 30 points this game. That's not my prediction for the game, but there's a chance on it if the defense keeps doing what they're doing, getting turnovers. Right now, we got back-to-back games with 2 2 TDs by the defense. Both a pick six and a pick 6. Let's keep that going. Let's make it 3 in a row, and I'll continue to sound like a broken record if it keeps working. Those are my keys for the game.
To your third key, do you think Jack Jones has another pick 6 in him, or how about, do you think Jack Jones just has another pick like in this game? Because he's jumping routes. He's trusting his instincts. And from what I heard, he was the highest rated DB coming out of the draft when he got drafted.
If there's a bet for it, I would bet on it. You can't. I mean, this is his 3rd game with the Raiders, starting, playing, whatever. And 2 out of the 3, he was over committing. I called it before his first game. Now he's trusting his, what he's watching, what he's seeing on. He's trusting his instincts, and I say he gets another pick 6. He gets 3 games in a row.
Gardner Minshew, are you feeling generous? And if he fumbles, hey, who's your thick pick? Who is your thick pick candidate for this game?
Thick? Okay, it's got to be a thick pick. Okay, sorry, that leaves.
I'm sorry. I think 6.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I meant to say because Gardner Minshew says he's been fumbling. Who is your thick 6? That's what I meant to say. Who is your thick 6 candidate to take one to the house? Jenkins got one.
Hello?
Who?
My pick. My pick. Thick.
Your thick 6 candidate.
My thick 6. I'm gonna say Butler.
Butler goes in.
I'd say Butler.
Okay, so
Butler gets it this time.
We have Jack Jones getting a pick 6 for the 3rd time in a row. Butler gets the thick 6.
Butler
Max Crosby breaks the single season record with 3 sacks, and on one pass, Devontae Adams breaks 1,000 yards for 2 straight years with the 2 years he played with the Raiders.
Yeah,
I like that.
Historic game right here.
I'm gonna say Renfro gets his first touchdown. He goes off, and I'm gonna give it to the rookie Tyree Wilson. He's not a big man, but he's on the line. He gets a mini thick 6.
A mini thick. See, I wanted to go with him at first, but you thick 6, so I had to go with the big man.
Get a big boy. All right. So what is your final score? 6on says 24-21 in a close game in Indianapolis. Raiders win.
I've been saying it since Captain Show earlier in the week. I said 27-20.
27-20. I'm gonna say I said last week 30-20. I was iffy. I mean, I was
close with mine. I was close, but didn't get it. So
if I'm gonna go with the trend, the Minnesota game, we couldn't move the ball. Then we played against the Chargers and we scored 63 points. Then We couldn't move the ball. So this is a game that Aiden O'Connell is going to go off. It's going to be 33. We'll say 33-21. Raiders.
Of course, Raiders. I hope
Renfro,
wrong. It's Raiders.
Renfro gets 2 touchdowns.
I said 3 earlier, so.
All right. Anything else left to say?
No. I think we said it all. I think we left it all out there on the field.
And I mean, we're trying to push Raider Man with the Raider Oath to get to the torch. I don't know if it's too late to try to get him for this last game. That'll be cool. I don't know who has connections or who can do it. Anna, if you're still out there, Raider Man to the torch to do. Oh, she is still out there. Anna, get your connections together in Vegas. We want Raider Man to the torch, do the Raider Oath. And if this game means something at the end of the season next week against the Broncos, what better way to put Raider Man out there on the torch than the game that can clinch them back into the playoffs, just like 2 years ago. Get Raider Man to the torch. Raider Man, I've known him for a long time. He is he's a close buddy to the show. Get him to the torch. That's what we're trying to do. Push that out there. Push that idea out there.
Douglas trying to get his last shot in. 35-15 Colts. God, Douglas really hates the Raiders, don't he?
Thank you, Anna. Douglas, I'm going to just thank you for being on the show, but I'm not going to thank you for the things you say. Cancel culture is real. I'm joking. Douglas, we appreciate you on the show. We like the
there we go.
Opposing side.
So hey, 6 I missed by 1 point. So maybe he's gonna be right, and we get it. He still says we win, so I'll take it.
Douglas is funny. I know.
Douglas is funny.
Douglas makes this show go now.
Douglas is the heart of the show. Is what we want. We want people to be able to talk shit.
Yes.
Regardless of how it goes. I'm glad he feels
Son.
comfortable enough to be talking shit.
We want to thank everybody for watching the show, including you, Douglas. Thank you too. His name is Raider Hater. You know what, Douglas? I'm gonna if you one of these days we're gonna need you on the show. I will make a intro for you if you agree to come on the show. Doesn't matter if you want to talk mess or whatever. It's called a cage match. That's what we're supposed to do. Fight each other, whatever. We appreciate you, Douglas, even though
who you go up against.
The views that are expressed by Douglas is not the I don't know the disclaimer. All right, with that, Raiders, we got to keep going, got to keep winning. There is no, it's just do or die. Don't want to die. He said you got it. There you go.
There you go.
There you go, Douglas Sinclair. We appreciate your participation, just not the things you say. But we can say that. You're allowed to talk smack. We're allowed to talk smack. How football was supposed to be, Douglas. You're keeping that dream alive, the dream that we have on it for this show. And Anna, good night. Good night, Anna. Good night, Raiders. Let's go. With that, we end the show like we always do with Raider Milt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's the wrong show, okay? Trying to be Raider famous, that's not how we do it. We're gonna end the show like we always do with Raider Mort's up there too. Raider Milt, Coach Wallace. I want to thank Sixon for being in the comments, Anna in the comments, even Douglas. There was a Raider Homer sighting.
D McKee was on my Facebook. He's watching the Cotton Bowl. He's pissed off that we
on the likes. Jason Dean, a Raider man, Canejo, Richard Silva, Bruce Ballinger, and my auntie, my godmother Tonette, and of course Raider Homer was inside the comments. I'll see the last thing here about quarterback. I think the Niners got one of the best quarterbacks right now and a long time. Mr. Irrelevant. That's all we're gonna say.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Go Raider Nation, get that win this weekend. Keep their hopes alive. Bengals fans, Dolphins fans, And of course, Raiders beat the Colts. That's how we're going to do it. Raider Milt. There we go.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.